Hey guys, I'm Akash and welcome to Pabbly. So the topic for today's video is generate Razorpay payment link on form submission. Now suppose guys you are a business owner and you are selling some kind of services or products online and you are using an online form building application just like Pabbly Form Builder to book the services or take orders from your customer. So you want that whenever a customer fills the form and submits it, you want to generate a payment link using a Razorpay, which is an online payment gateway, and send it to the customer. Now the manual process of getting the form submission details and generating a payment link from Razorpay and sending it to the customer can be very much repetitive and time consuming. So in this video, I came up with an awesome automation by which whenever we will receive a new form submission from our customer, automatically a Razorpay payment link from your own Razorpay account will be generated and also sent to that very same customer via SMS or email, whatever option you choose. So guys, you must be thinking how we are going to do this. So to make this happen, we will be using Pabbly Connect, which is an automation and integration software. Now, what is the actual step-by-step guide to set up this automation and how you can create this automation by yourself? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on the Pabbly Connect dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you just have to go to your browser and search for Pabbly, pabbly.com/connect. And after reaching to the landing page of Pabbly Connect, by clicking on sign up free, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. Or if you already have an account, just click on sign in. So after reaching this dashboard, click on create workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I'll name my workflow as Pabbly Form Builder to Razorpay. And click on click on create. Now we can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have two different windows. First one is trigger window, second one is action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. So the idea here is first we will get the form submission data, form response data from Pabbly Form Builder inside Pabbly Connect. And then after that, using Pabbly Connect, we will send that very same data to Razorpay to generate a payment link. And then using Razorpay, you can automatically send the payment link or the payment notification to the customers who has submitted the form as an SMS or as an email. So here in trigger window in choose app, first we will search for Pabbly Form Builder. Pabbly Form Builder it is. And after that in trigger event, we will select new form submission. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now we will use this webhook URL to connect Pabbly Form Builder and Pabbly Connect. So copy this webhook URL from here and then we have to follow this help text given below over here. So we have to basically go to the form which we have created. So this is the form, new service payment. And I want that whenever a customer fills this form and submit it, I want to send this customer the payment link via email or via SMS on their mobile number or Razorpay payment link. So after opening this form in edit mode, on the left side, we have an option named as integrations. So click on integrations. Now after that, in integrations page, by default, it is selected as webhooks. So after going to webhooks, click on create webhook. And in the dialog box appears in front of us, we have to paste the very same webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. So just copy this webhook URL from here and paste it over here and click on save. Now we can see that our Pabbly Connect account is now connected with Pabbly Form Builder account using a webhook URL. Now we will make a form submission in this very same form. So on top, you can see a preview button over here. Just click on it. And here, we will enter the details of a dummy user. For example, the name of the user is Ashirai. This is the email address. And this is the phone number. Okay, so these are the details of a dummy user. So the email address and the phone number which the user will enter over here, the payment link will be directly sent by Razorpay to these very same details, the very same email address and very same phone number as well. Now let's just click on submit. Now after clicking on submit, we have submitted the form, and we know that because we have connected Pabbly Form Builder form with Pabbly Connect using a webhook URL, the response of this very same form submission will be captured inside Pabbly Connect as well. So we'll come back to Pabbly Connect. And yes guys, here in trigger window in our workflow, in response received, we can see that we have received the response of that very same form submission. We have the first name, last name, email address and phone number. The same details which we have just now filled in our Pabbly Form Builder form. So the step 1 of setting up this automation is now successfully completed. Now let's move to step 2, where we will generate the payment link from Razorpay. For that, we will scroll down and come to this action window. And here in choose app, we will search for Razorpay. After that, we have to select action event. And here in action event, we can see there are lots and lots of action event over here. So out of which, we will select create payment link. Click on connect, select add new connection. Now here, we have to connect our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect. And to make the connection, we basically need the API key ID and API key secret of our Razorpay account, and we have to enter it over here. So you must be thinking how we are going to get the API key ID and API key secret. So you can follow the help text given below over here. Or let me show you. So to get the API key and API secret of our Razorpay account, we will go to the dashboard of our Razorpay account, and on the left side, we will scroll down and click on settings. After that, just click on API key. And here you can see that we have an API key over here. So if you haven't generated your API key yet, you can click on generate API key button to generate. I have already done that, so I'll just click on regenerate test key and just deactivate the old key. And yes guys, this is the API key ID and key secret of my Razorpay account. So we are in the test mode, that's why we have generated a test key. So let's copy this key ID from here, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. After that, copy this API key secret from here, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And just click on save. Now we can see that our Razorpay account is now successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. Then after making the connection, it is asking us amount, that for what amount we want to generate the payment link. So you have to enter the amount over here. Let's read the help text below it, which says amount must be in the smallest unit of currency. For example, pass 1000 for 10 rupees. So basically we have to enter the amount in smallest unit of currency. For example, in India we use rupees. So the smallest unit of currency will be paisa. So if the billing amount or the amount for which we want to generate is of rupees, for example 499 rupees, we have to enter that very same amount in paisa. Basically add 2 zeros, multiply that whole amount with 100. So just click on this place, and the amount I want to generate the payment link is of rupees 499, and then I'll multiply that amount with 100, basically add 2 zeros to it. So this is the amount 499 rupees in smallest unit of currency. After that, it is asking us currency. So I want to generate the payment link in INR, Indian rupees. So I'll enter in INR over here. If you want to see your currency like dollar or some other currency, just click on this hyperlink over here to find a list of all the supported currency. After selecting currency, it is asking us type. So we want to generate a payment link. So we'll select link over here. Then it is asking us for the description of our payment link. So for whatever description we have for our product or services, or whatever the description you want to add on your payment link, you can enter it over here. So yeah, the description which I want to add is like, please make the payment. Please make the payment for additional services. Okay, so this is a kind of a dummy description which I have entered. You can basically enter the description according to your choice. After that, it is asking us for the customer name to whom we want to send the payment link. So we have received the name of the customer, name of the person to whom we are sending payment link from Pabbly Form Builder form submission. This is the first name and this is last name. So we have to basically map this very same name over here in this field of name. And the process of mapping, guys, is very simple. Simply click on this field, and from the drop down below, we can see all the responses from Pabbly Form Builder. And out of all these responses, select the response for first name over here, give a space, and from the drop down, select the response for last name. After mapping the name, it is asking us for the email address. So we have also received the email address from form submission, and we will follow the same process of mapping over here as well. So just click on it, and from the drop down below, map the email address of the user or the customer who submitted the form. And same process for the contact number as well. Just map the contact number. Now guys, we have entered the details of the customer, then it is asking us view less. So basically, if you are adding a short description, then you can select over here, view less or expand over here. But if you are adding a long description, then it may give an option of expand or show more. Basically read more or expanded full length of the description. So if you want to give the read more option with a short description, then you can select this. Or if you want to show the complete description by default, you can select expanded over here. So I want to add show more, so I will select show more. Then it is asking us receipt. So basically for every generating payment link, we have to give a unique value, a unique receipt ID. So in the response which we have received from Pabbly Form Builder, we have received a response of ticket ID. So basically you can use this ticket ID because this is a very unique ID in itself. So you can use this ticket ID to map it over the receipt ID. So, or basically you can use a number formatter by Pabbly in the step before Razorpay to generate a unique receipt ID according to your choice. So just scroll down, click over here and map the ticket ID over here. So just for an example, I'm mapping the ticket ID because that's a unique ID. But basically if you have a list of ticket IDs, you can basically add that very same ticket IDs over here as well. So after that, it is asking us reminder. Use to send reminders for the payment link. So yes, I want to send the reminders to the customer. So I will select true over here. Then it is asking us expire. So basically the payment link which we are generating, when this payment link will be expired. So just for an example, I want that the payment link which we are generating on form submission should be expired after 2 hours of generating. Basically after 2 hours from form submission, I want this payment link to be expired. And the minimum time is 30 minutes. So we have to give minimum time of 30 minutes of expiry after the creation of payment link. And guys, we have to add the expiry time in timestamp format. So if you have a particular date that after that date you won't be taking any payments, you can click on this link over here. It will redirect you to the page and you can enter that date and time to generate that or convert that date and time into timestamp. For example, just take an example like I want that today is 6th of July. I want that 10th of July will be the last payment date. 10th of July, 11 p.m. at the 10th of July. So I will enter that date over here and convert it into timestamp. And after that, I will copy this very same timestamp and paste it over here. So after 10th of July, 11 p.m., whatever the timestamp we will enter over here, the payment link will be expired. All the payment link will be expired, no matter when they are generated. So, but here right now, I wanted to generate a payment link and then I want that payment link to be expired after 2 hours. So we will use the timestamp which we have received from Pabbly Form Builder. So we have received that submission date and time over here. This is submission date and time. And we will add 2 hours to this very same time and convert that 2 hours, the date and time after 2 hours of submission into timestamp. So now to do so, to make some changes in date and time, we'll click on this add action step button before Razorpay action step. And here we will search for date time formatter by Pabbly. So date time formatter is basically a feature of Pabbly Connect using which we can change the format and the time zone of the date. After selecting date time formatter by Pabbly, in action event we have to select modify current date, or basically you can select add or subtract time. So just select this. Click on connect. Then we have to enter the date, that at what date we want to add or subtract time. So we have the date over here in response from Pabbly Form Builder. So we want to map this very same date over here. So just click on it and from the drop down below, select the response for submission date. Then it is asking us expression. So in expression, I will enter 2 hours. We want to add 2 hours to this very same date and time. So I'll enter 2 hours. Then it is asking us to format. Then at what format we want this date and time to be. So we will select milliseconds format, which is required, which is asked by Razorpay over here. So it is asking us the expiry date in timestamp. So we will select timestamp over here. And then in from format, we have to select the format in which this date and time is present right now. So the date and time is right now present in this format: year, month, date, hours, minutes, and seconds. So this is the format. So we will select this and click on save and send test request. And yes guys, we have received the timestamp for that very same date and time after 2 hours from over here. So we have received the submission date and time of the form, that at what date and time the form is submitted. Then we added 2 hours to that very same date and time. And then after in to format, we have selected timestamp over here. So we have a timestamp of 2 hours after the form submission. And now we will map this very same timestamp in this expiry field over here. So just click on this. And after that, from the responses of date time formatter, select the response for result or the timestamp. Then it is asking us SMS notify or email notify. And here in drop down, we have two options. Either you can send the SMS by yourself or the Razorpay sends the SMS on your behalf. So I want that Razorpay to send the SMS on email on my behalf. So the payment link will be sent on SMS and email by Razorpay. And if you don't want to send, don't want that Razorpay to send the SMS or email, you can say this, you send the SMS. Then it is asking us for the partial payment, that either we want to enable the partial payment option or not. So we do not want the partial payment option to be shown to customer. So customer cannot make partial payment. We have selected this from the drop down. And at last, it is asking us for the callback URL, that after making the payment, after opening the payment link, at what page we want to redirect that very same customer. So we can enter that very same URL as well. So you can enter the URL over here. I don't want to enter it for now, so we can ignore this for now. And after that, click on Save and Send Test Request. And yes guys, after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, a payment link is automatically generated over here. And in the responses, we will find that very same link over here. So this is the short URL of that payment link. We will open this link in new tab, and we will find that this is a very same payment link which we have created just now. So at this link, the payment link amount is 499 rupees. This is the description of the payment. Okay, this is the expiry date and time, that at what time the payment link will be expired. This is the receipt ID, and at this payment page, we are asking the customer for their phone number and email. So guys, this was the automation by which you can generate Razorpay payment link on form submission. That whenever a user submits a form, you can automatically generate the payment link. If you want further, the payment link is sent to the very same customer on SMS and email by Razorpay. But if you also want to send that customer the Razorpay payment link via WhatsApp, you just have to click on this Add Action Step button. And you can add the WhatsApp action step in the next step over here and send WhatsApp payment links on WhatsApp as well. So not just these applications guys, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing. You will find the clone link of this very same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this very same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free.